Swati Hotkar joining in. She's AVP Technical Research at Nirmal Bang. And we've also got Astha Jain of Hem Securities. Ladies, thanks so much for taking the time and good morning to you. You know what? We're going to break from tradition and go to Astha on a stock that has been breaking all records, and that is Groww. How far will it go is the question, Astha. And would you continue to hold, or would you take some money off the table? Now over 80% higher than the issue price.
Yeah, hi, good morning to everyone. Now, talking about Groww, first of all, our recommendation was a subscribe on this counter for the long term as well as for listing gains. So, yes, it did deliver listing gains, and now in the long term, not a fair long term horizon. It is just few days after listing that we are seeing that this counter is showing whopping stock returns. So now my idea here is, because when Groww IPO came at the price band of 95 to 100, so it was at a PE multiple of more than 41. So now from there, what we are seeing that 186. So definitely now the valuation starts looking a little bit stretched, although these valuations are justified when we see the kind of market share they are gaining as compared to their competitors. But my idea here is now not to make any fresh entry at this point of a time, although the prices are rising very, very high. In fact, what I am suggesting is start booking 10% of the allotment. If in any case, if a person has kept the allotment till now, 10% of the allotment can be kept and 10% of the allotment can be booked as a profit, and remaining 90% can be kept for a long term. But yes, from here onwards, I'm expecting price to not move above 200, but we cannot say. Maybe the results can, again give us some signal for more upside from there. But right now, 200 is the price cap which we are putting for this counter. So idea here is to start booking some profits in this counter.
Defying gravity, and speaking of defying gravity, a physics wala is doing particularly well.
Yeah, I mean, a good listing for sure, and up 33%. I mean, even in these markets, it's interesting that it's growing around 33%. But for Groww, the recommendation that Astha has, of course, is book 10% of the profits, and of course, no fresh entry recommended right now. But moving on to the first question of the day, which is from Rajiv Jain, who's writing us from Delhi. He's bought 550 odd shares of NHPC, bought at the levels of 106.35 a piece. Wants to know from a longer term perspective, can he continue to hold or not, and what should be the target? Astha is sitting on loss of around 14,000 odd rupees. What is the recommendation?
Yes, right now he's having the losses, but I think one can keep this counter for a long-term perspective, and we are positive on this counter only for the long-term point of view. In the short term, we may see some sort of negative moves, so be ready for that. And their reason behind it, what we feel that this quarter was sturdy, and it was mainly led by the higher generation. But still, I think going ahead, valuation plays an important role. First of all, we have to look after the valuation. And my idea here is that the company will resume operations in Q4 of FY26. I'm expecting the resuming of operation of some of their power station, not fully company I'm talking about, but some of their power stations, they will resume operation. So definitely then we can see some more, upside momentum in the financials going ahead. So if a horizon is long term, then remain invested in this counter, keeping in mind that in the short term, we can see some more downside from here.